Hi everybody, Frank with flipfiretraining.com. In this tutorial video, I'm going to show you how to create an intro for your videos. So if you're creating Flip Classroom videos and you'd like to have a consistent intro or outro for your videos, we'll be able to do that. Today I'm going to be using a Mac and I'll be using an app called Keynote. You can see here on the screen. Now Keynote is similar to PowerPoint for Windows. Keynote is basically the Mac version of PowerPoint. So you can also do this similar type of intro using PowerPoint. So if you're on Windows and you're familiar with PowerPoint, you'll be able to understand these same skills and go ahead and apply them using PowerPoint. Ultimately, what we're going to do is create a slide that has transitions and movement to make the intro that we want to create, and then we're going to export that slide with all of those movements and animations in a movie format. So in this case with Keynote, I'm going to export it as a .mov file. In PowerPoint, you can export it as a Windows media file, and you'll still be able to edit that in any of the major video editing softwares that you use. In my case, I happen to use ScreenFlow. Maybe you're using Camtasia or Windows Movie Maker, but either way, you can access the video intro or outro that you make in your editing software. So we'll go ahead and we have Keynote open in the top window. So we'll click File and then New from Theme Chooser is what we want. And that brings up the Presentation Theme Chooser. And we'll go ahead and select black for this one. You want to make sure that you're using whatever resolution you're going to use on YouTube or Vimeo or wherever you happen to put your videos. In my case, I just use the 720p for HD, so 1280 by 720 works fine. So I'll go ahead and create my video, or my presentation, sorry. And once that starts, then I'll just go ahead and use the template chooser here, but you can lay out this design any way that you would lay out any type of a slide to get the type of intro that you're looking for. Okay, so I've created two quick text boxes, and I'm going to just resize those so that I can get them lined up. Okay, we'll put this one at the top of the screen here, and we can center it somewhere like that. And we'll just drop this one down a little. Okay, and real quick, I'm just going to copy this one and paste it, or I could have duplicated it either way. And I'll just change this to presented by. And we'll put that right up here, centered. And of course, I'm going to put my logo here in the center. So we'll go ahead and import. Now, in Keynote, you have a couple options. You can use the inspector or the media window here, which will bring a pop-up window where you can search for your file. Or if you know where the file is, you can just drag it right into the canvas. So I'm just going to grab my logo here from my desktop, drag it into Keynote, and then let go. And you can see that brought the logo right into Keynote where I want to have it. So we'll make it a little bit larger. Kind of center it on the screen. Now, to dress that logo up just a little bit, I like to go into the inspector. And you click on photos there, and you can use the different preset photo frames. And there's one here that's kind of a torn paper, like that. So I kind of like that. And it does a nice job on the logo there. You can edit those, and these obviously are all edited just the way they would be if you were creating a presentation. So if you already have presentations about your either your fire department or your company or whoever you use to create tutorials, then obviously you already have those logos probably in PowerPoint or Keynote format. So it's easy to go ahead and just create these presentations and then these intro videos. Okay, so we have the basics here of our video, and we're going to go ahead now and do some of the changes. Now, we could obviously highlight here, and we could change the text to bold, or we could change it to italicized, whatever we want to do, change colors, any of that kind of thing. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to leave it pretty basic like this. And the first thing I want to appear is going to be the tutorial video as well as the presented by. So what I can do is hold down the Shift key and select both of those at the same time. Now I'm going to come over here to my transitions, and for build in is what we're looking for. We're going to select, and we can do whichever build in we want to do. I think we'll try appear. I think it was convergence. Okay, we'll go with that. That looks pretty good. We'll go with the convergence there, and we'll just let that go with the current settings. For delivery, actually we'll go back to more options, and we can see here it says start build on click. You want to change that to automatically after prior build. So that's going to start that right away when our video starts. So for now, since we don't want any delay between the two, we'll just leave this at 0, and we can close the drawer for now. Okay, the next thing I want to come in is my image. So for the image, I'm going to do, again, build in. And for my effect, I'm going to do flip. There we go. And I want it to flip, and I can change the duration. If I want it to flip slower, obviously I could add more time, and you can look in the preview window there, and you'll get a little bit of a slower flip. Or you can get it faster. So we'll go ahead and leave that for now at 4 seconds. And again, for more options, I want to make sure that it is automatically after build 2. Okay, so I'm going to get that, and it'll show a little demo there. All right, so there's my demo. And I actually want that a little quicker. I'm going to make that a 3-second duration on my... There we go. I like that a little better. And the next thing I'm going to do is come down to my bottom row of text, and I'll go ahead and highlight it. And for this build, I'm going to do typewriter. And you can see it'll actually type all the way across the screen. And I'm going to make that a little bit longer duration so that it types a little bit slower. Okay. And I'll open my drawer, and again, automatically after build 3. Now I have kind of a preview of what I'm going to get for my whole presentation. Okay, and it looks like my typewriter stuff there at the end is coming a little slow, so we'll go ahead and make that about 2. We'll see how that looks. There we go. That's a little faster. Okay, so if we wanted to check our presentation, we can actually just hit the play button, and we'll get the full demo video. Okay. And the last thing we're going to do, if you remember from the video, we're going to add a lens flare to this. Now, we already have one build on this main logo here, which is our flip. So what we're actually going to do is create a duplicate logo, and we're going to apply a build to that. So what we'll do, we'll click on our logo and then right click and duplicate. So you can see it duplicated it right on top. And now when we select, it also duplicated what our build-in was. So this one and the new one both have the build-in. So we're going to come over to effect, and instead of being flip, we're going to change that to lens flare. And in the demo window there, you should be able to see that we'll still get our flip on our first image, we'll get our bottom line of text, and then we get our lens flare on the top image. Well, so all we have to do to make that look transparent is move this second image down and place it right on top of our first image. So now we have those images duplicated. The one underneath is the flip, and then the one on top is the lens flare. So now we'll go ahead and play that full screen so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so that would be our completed video. It's just that simple to create the one slide for our intro. Now, if we wanted to have music play during that, I'm not going to put any music in there, but I will show you that it's just a matter of grabbing the image or the video that you want, dragging it in, and I can let it go and drop that in. And then I can also go to my inspector and I can set the settings for how long I want it to play and so on. But again, I'm not going to do that right here because I like to do my sound and my audio within my editing application, which is ScreenFlow. Okay, so now we have this tutorial video. There's a couple options. You could use whatever screencasting application you're going to use, like Camtasia, ScreenFlow, or so on, and you could go ahead and start your recording and then just play this full screen just like this. And you're actually recording this intro right off of your screen. And then you're able to save that clip and use it within your application. So that's one option. I like to reuse these, so what I will do, I'll save, first of all, this presentation slide, I'll save as its own presentation. That way all I have to do is open it back up and edit this bottom line here for a different type of video. So that's nice. So save this as a presentation, but then also we want to export it as a movie clip. So we'll actually go to File, Export as QuickTime, and we have some settings here. Manual advance is okay because we already have everything set to auto, so that's not a problem. We'll just leave that as it is. I do want to enter full screen mode when it's open, so I'll have that checked. Full quality, large image is okay. If I had audio, you'd want to make sure that you click include audio files here. Same way with transparency, but for mine right now, I'm going to leave all this the way it is, and I'm just going to hit next. And it brings up my dialog box to save the file, so I'm going to save it to my desktop as intro demo. Okay, so intro demo video, hit export, and you'll see it's going to go ahead and make the video clip. And usually it doesn't take too long. There it goes. And we may speed this video up here, so. Okay, and I can watch my intro video and how that's going to present. And my lens flare as the final attribute that I put on the video. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and shrink down our Keynote application. And you can see here that I have intro demo. And with that movie, I can go ahead and open that with QuickTime Player. Okay, so there you have it. Using Keynote on the Mac, we created a quick intro slide set and video clip that we can reuse for multiple videos for our flip training. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. As always, you can check out all of our stuff over at flipfiretraining.com or facebook.com/flippedfiretraining. Have a great day.